Okay, round three, game two. Gonna play first. I think this hand is reasonable. Vesuvian Shapeshifter is pretty rad. You know, and we have Geist, and we have Path. So yeah, I like this hand a lot. Alright, I guess we'll pass the turn. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these fixtures. I think they're for the most part fine. They certainly help smooth out the mana base for the cube, and they're definitely not as good as the sack land or the pain lands or the pain sacks or whatever people call them. Nature's Lore is actually really good. Um, okay, I like Wrath of God a lot too. I think I'm still gonna play out Shapeshifter probably. I could like try and slow roll the Wrath. Um, Actually, I could just like bluff Counterspell. No, we'll play the Shapeshifter. I don't want to be forced into a Wrathing needlessly. I don't know. Maybe this was bad because we saw that he had Gristlebrand. That's annoying. I mean, at least we have our mana, anyways. Horned Viper. Okay. Ooh. Well, that stinks that he wastelanded my thing. Alright, so what are we going to do here? I think we're going to get a free card is what we're going to do. I'm going to path. First I'm going to morph. Copy that. Then I'm going to path. He'll get a land, which stinks, but we'll get a free card, which is awesome. And this is a nice defensive card to have with Jace. So if he plays like one thing this turn, we can play Jace and bounce it and then hit in for another card, or he could play Necrotal, like the worst ever. Okay, I will. What will I do? I could just bounce Necrotal again. He probably would not want to play it while I have Jace on the board, and if I kill Necrotal, he's probably not going to be able to kill Jace next turn, unless he has a hasty guy, but green-black doesn't have too much haste. And we can follow it up with Wrath if need be. Or I could just play Dungeon Geist. Yeah, we'll just play Dungeon Geist, I think. He still has 5 cards in hand, so I'm a little worried about if I just play Jace and Harmonize. Wow. Alright, well, if he doesn't do anything, then I probably will just play out Jace. But in survival, okay. Um, hmm. Could leave up Absorb. Let's see, he has 6 mana. So I don't think he'll be able to Gristlebrand next turn. Yeah, we're going to play out Jace. Leave up Swords to plus your mana. And I guess could either Brainstorm myself or plus to it. Fate Sealing him doesn't do very much. I can Fate Seal myself. We'll start by Brainstorming, I think. See a bunch of cards. Ooh, I like this a lot. So we can put back Glacial Fortress. Well, let's do this in the order we want. Probably Faith's Fetters and then Glacial. Let's see, we have 5 mana. Is there any reason that we would want 6? The only reason I could think of is to have Remand and Face Fetters next turn, but I don't think... if we have to force something, I'm pitching the Remand, so I don't think we need it. I don't think we need the Fetters next turn. I think this puts us in a pretty good spot because we can counter a creature Kind of have to counter that, don't I? That stinks. So he has a lot of card advantage on us. Yeah, that's like kind of the worst for us. It's like a super cheap creature. And if we let him cast it, he just takes Forcible and then casts whatever he wants, or he takes Wrath and then dumps his hand or something. So yeah, I kind of had to stop that. So I think this will be fine. This is good because like we'll draw Face Fetters next turn, and we can put it on any creature he plays, or we could just, if he doesn't play anything, we can just leave up Absorb. Woodfall Primus. Yeah, that's something I absolutely have to counter. But he doesn't have the mana to cast it this turn. Morph. That's also bad for me, because that very well might be Hermit. Huh. Alright, I could just bounce this, and then that way he can't play Woodfall Primus and this in the same turn, I don't think. Yeah, if this is Hermit, it takes 5 to flip over, if I remember. He only has 2 mana available. And if I Fetters it, then... One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think I'm just going to bounce it for the turn. Well, then he can just play it again. And we're kind of back to square one, but I'm up a mana. Very awkward. Yeah, I think I have to bounce it. It should reveal what it was, right? Yeah, it's Hermit. Oh, he can... No, this doesn't persist. I was scared for a second. Alright, well, he's ditching the Woodfall Primus plan. If he's ditching that, then I can probably safely counter Hermit next turn, because this could just munch my Jace. The only thing I'm afraid of is if he has some way to reanimate Woodfall Primus. That could be very bad for me. Eternal Witness. So then he'll get back something. I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna counter it. Oh, that's terrible. Yep, I was afraid of something like that happening. I think I was kind of getting boxed into that either way. Just because like, if I didn't counter the Eternal Witness, he could just take Woodfall Primus back and hardcast it, along with Hermit. So we can... This is really awkward. He still has Hermit in hand, so if we just Faith Fetters this, he can just play Hermit. I think we kind of have to do that, though. What am I talking about? Jeez. I forgot that it's sacked. That was really dumb. Well, I guess this might not be the worst. If he plays Hermit next turn, fingers crossed. Or did he ditch Hermit? No, he still has it. Yeah, if he plays Hermit, I can just Wrath. And then we're on parity. He kind of has to play something because I'm winning this race. Alright, so he's discarding Genesis, getting Shriekmaw. That's not very good for me. So now we can play Shriekmaw and kill my Geist, and now I have to Wrath, and he has Hermit in hand? Oh, is he gonna... Oh, I got super hopeful there. I thought he was gonna play Hermit. No such luck. I mean, and I have to Wrath. I don't have a choice. So he played this one really well. Yeah, and Genesis is gonna wreck me. So he's getting like Mondo card advantage here. This guy's a very good deck. The synergy with Survival and Mephitis and Genesis is pretty good. You know, things like Eternal Witness and Makeshift Mannequin. Yeah, like this is a very resilient Reanimator deck. A lot of the Reanimator decks I've made are kind of like one-trick ponies. Like you just try to pop out some huge threat on like turn 2 or 3 or something. And if it doesn't work, then you're just kind of hosed. This seems to be more like a grind you out type. And I don't think we have the card draw to deal with it, at least not this game. Alright, well. Maybe I should have just held the island. I don't think that'll work. I was thinking maybe I could like draw a Catastrophe and just wipe the lands off, and that would be one way to deal with it. The problem is he has multiple threats in hand, and he's just going to play one next turn, almost certainly. I'm trying to think if I have any outs to this scenario, and I don't think I do. Oh, Primeval Titan. Sure. Yeah, he revealed that. Well, if I had Snapcaster Mage, then that and Catastrophe would be amazing. Because I could Wrath. Sure, I'll Narcolepsy your dude. Yeah, so he's effectively drawing 2 cards a turn here. You got Woodfall Primus back. Yeah, I think my only hope of getting out of this would have been to draw a Catastrophe when he only had 3 power on the board, and to prevent him from going off, so to speak. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have had any threat on the board at all, and I'd be taking 3 a turn, so I probably would have died anyways, but... Alright, well, Karn is nice, but it doesn't do anything here. So I guess we'll play an Island and Bass. Kind of funny, if he hadn't killed all my lands, I could have actually played Karn and killed the Woodfall Primus. Yeah, if I had like a stable board state, then Karn could theoretically be an out. Just because it could exile cards out of his hand, but he has so much mana at this point, it doesn't even matter. And we're going to 1, 2, 2. So we are quite dead. That's the Hermit. Lingering Souls, no dice. Alright, thanks for watching.